Truesonians. Welcome to my Wednesday, August 21st, 6:18 a.m. DMV Standard Time. There's so much to say. There's always so much to say. And because the world is now living in these little snippets, the wealth of context is constantly being lost. The effort for a better understanding is constantly being lost. The idea that this society is still alive and well in its efforts to character assassinate. And I'm not really sure if we if we as a society truly understand the intricate details of COINTELPRO and how those that bring attention to the subtle notions and motions failing to realize that step one is to assassinate the character, to ruin the reputation, to isolate, to have the popular opinion, the mass opinion shift. Because we live in a society, which means we are socially based. Public opinion, the opinion of the masses, reviews, recommendations, the majority. We will claim and declare democracy when it's convenient. And so because this society is set up the way that it is, right in the heart of it, called Washington, D.C., we are now being faced with one of our council members. And even though I do not live directly in D.C. anymore, I was born there. And I am and have always been less than 15 minutes from the border. My parents have either worked or lived in D.C. predominantly all of my life. So I've never been far from my birthplace my entire life. I am now 52 years old. 52 years. Not even old. 52 years. So born and raised in the DMV. And what I know is that when you are a thorn in the system's side, they will do all it can to assassinate your character, to blacklist you, to shadow ban you, to have the majority think a certain way about you, knowing they are not going to do the investigative wherewithal, the investigative due diligence to find out what's what, who's who, and why. They know that the most popular, the average, the norm is to accept whatever mainstream media says. And nobody's going to think no different because our lives, or the majority, folks' lives are busy, complicating, trauma-filled, oppress-riddled. And the complications for oneself outweighs the complications of someone else. And so what I'm saying is, I would be hard-pressed to say it happened or it didn't happen. It happened or it didn't happen. Because the focus really do need to be the intricate details, how dots connect, how people are separated or close by 6 degrees, who's who, and what actually happened. Because really, it's way bigger than the character assassination of one council member. It really is an indictment on DC again and again, again and again. And what it will do is pick the least desirable, and it will build a case around it. Because what it knows is that most folks ain't checking for, or the constituents that this particular council member represents. Because I'm going to tell you what I'm figuring. And I held off on this. And when I say my internal dialogue was literally not letting me rest, when I had decided not to say anything. And I believe that that's what most folks are doing. I believe that that's what most constituents are doing. When the bottom line or the thing ought to be, let's get to the truth. And it's amazing how we can live in a society that will bury the truth just to run the narrative so that it can sway the popular opinion. And this ain't nothing new. This isn't even a theory. The conspiracy is real. It has been proven time and time and time. Like Dr. Joy DeGruy say, there's a preponderance of evidence. So I just wonder about the legitimacy of this, or if this is the more subtle efforts of P2025 and what it really means. Because even us knowing about it, that whole bullshit about you know better, you do better. There are so many people that know better about P2025. And I truly believe there are going to be these nuances. There are going to be these small, intricate idiosyncrasies that go over so many people's heads, because we're looking for the big bang come November of this year leading into 2025. We're looking for this big, massive bang concentration camps. Woo, woo, woo. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be the subtle undoing, just as if you were de-threading fabric. As if you were deconstructing a quilt. Those take gentle hands. Those take patience, intent, focus. So, I'm just saying.